One election in Japan just gave one woman more power than any Japanese leader in 70 years, and it could quietly reshape Asia's balance of power. Look at this map. Japan sits between China, North Korea, Russia, and the United States Pacific military network. And now, Japan has just elected its strongest government since 1955. On February 8, 2026, Japan held a snap general election. The result was historic. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's Liberal Democratic Party, the LDP, won around 316 out of 465 seats in the powerful lower house. With its coalition partners, the LDP now controls well over two-thirds of parliament, a supermajority. This is the largest mandate the party has received in decades. In practical terms, this means Takaichi now has near total political authority to pass laws, change budgets, and reshape national policy. To understand why this matters, you need to understand how Japan's political system actually works. Japan is a constitutional monarchy. Visual. Emperor image. Japan has an emperor, but he holds zero political power. He is a national symbol, a ceremonial figure, completely removed from governance. All real authority lies with the elected government. Japan follows a system similar to India and the UK. There are two houses: lower house, House of Representatives 465 members. Most powerful chamber, chooses the Prime Minister, controls defense, budgets, and laws. Can be dissolved early. Upper house, House of Councillors 248 members. Reviews laws, cannot remove the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister in Japan leads the government, commands the military, controls foreign policy, represents Japan globally, and the Prime Minister is chosen by the lower house. So when Takaichi won a supermajority, she didn't just win an election, she gained full executive control of the Japanese state. For a country that once swore never to fight again, Japan is now quietly preparing for war. Takaichi's government plans to raise defense spending to around 2% of GDP or more, ease restrictions on arms exports, push constitutional revisions, expand military cooperation with allies. This marks a historic break from Japan's post-World War II pacifism. Japan is transitioning into a full-spectrum military power. On the economic front, Takaichi promised tax cuts, suspension of the 8% food consumption tax, pro-growth reforms. Markets reacted instantly. Japanese stocks surged. The yen strengthened. But there's a problem. Japan already carries one of the highest public debt levels on Earth. So growth comes with serious fiscal risk. China is the most alarmed observer. Takaichi is openly critical of Beijing, especially on Taiwan. Since the election, Chinese imports of Japanese goods declined. Tourism dropped. Diplomatic tensions increased. Beijing fears one thing: a stronger Japan aligned with the US could permanently shift East Asia's balance of power. Washington is pleased. Former President Donald Trump congratulated Takaichi, calling her victory strategically important. A stronger Japan supports US Indo-Pacific strategy, strengthens deterrence against China, reinforces the US-Japan alliance. In American strategy circles, Japan is now seen as a frontline security pillar. India sees opportunity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Takaichi, reaffirming the India-Japan strategic partnership. The two countries cooperate on defense technology, infrastructure, maritime security, the Quad Alliance. For India, Japan becomes a key counterweight to China in Asia. Three major outcomes can be: first, Japan's military expansion strengthens collective deterrence in East Asia. Second, Japan may take a firmer stance in any Taiwan crisis, raising regional stakes. And last, Japan integrates deeper into US-India-Australia security frameworks. Japan's 2026 election was not just a political event, it was a strategic turning point. A more powerful prime minister, a more militarized Japan, a tighter US-Japan-India axis, and a more cautious China. This single vote may shape the Indo-Pacific balance of power for the next decade. If you want more deep dive geopolitical analysis like this, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.